Episode 8, Alberto Alpo Martinez. Washington, D.C., 1991. A young New Yorker admits to murdering 14 people. One of them is his best friend and partner. For him, it wasn't personal. It was just business. Once known as the mayor of Harlem, inspiring artists like Jay-Z and 50 Cent, his name lives in infamy as the ultimate symbol of betrayal. This is the story of Alberto Martinez, aka Alpo. Alberto was born on June 8, 1966. He grew up in East Harlem, aka Spanish Harlem, a true Nuyorican of El Barrio. It's a well-known hub for Puerto Rican expats. Most families living there today have parents and grandparents coming from the island to New York during the 50s and 60s. The neighborhood was an up-and-coming place to live back then, but a financial crisis struck the city during the 1970s when major cities, including New York, stopped getting federal funding. Soon, predominantly Black and Latin neighborhoods like Harlem and the Bronx collapsed, completely overwhelmed by drug issues and crime. They became some of the worst places to live in New York during the 70s. Local government would abandon them as well, focusing on funding whiter neighborhoods and tourist-friendly parts of the city. Soon, neighborhood watch-style organizations popped up around Harlem to take care of their people. One of them was the Young Lords, a far-left group of Puerto Rican political activists modeled after the Black Panthers, whom they were close to. The New York financial crisis would create some legendary activists and musicians, like Tupac Shakur, a Harlem native before becoming the California icon we know. His childhood, however, could have been like that of young Alberto Martinez. Alberto lived in El Barrio with his mother and 2 siblings. His older brother Flaco had major psychiatric problems. Alberto was a likable young boy, easygoing with a broad smile and a kind nature everyone loved. But that made him an easy target on the hard streets of Harlem. Alberto's mother was protective of him, breaking up fights Alberto got caught in because he was getting pushed around by the kids on his block. His mother had put all her hopes into Alberto. To keep him off the streets, his mother enrolled him in the Fresh Air Fund, a summer camp for young people from disadvantaged neighborhoods. Every summer, Alberto would go live with the Clintons, a quiet middle-class couple who treated him like a member of their family. At the Clintons' house, he discovered another way of living, the good life of middle-class America, where houses were as tall as 4-story buildings and backyards were the size of playgrounds. For a young man from Spanish Harlem, this was a life Alberto could get used to, and he wanted that life, whatever it took. And he planned on making it happen by joining the military as a Marine when he turned 18. But he'd never get the chance. Holidays don't last forever. From the nice houses in the suburbs, Alberto came back home to the grimy streets of Harlem for the school year. Alberto was sick of getting jumped by kids on the street, so he learned to defend himself. After school, Alberto started boxing. He trained with a friend from the neighborhood, Wilfred the Radar Benitez, one of the best Puerto Rican boxers of all time. A pro by the time he was 17, Benitez would go on to win 3 world titles during his career. Alberto was quite a good fighter, but he never won his battles against poverty. Boxing lessons cost more than Alberto could afford. He was tired of running to his mother for everything, both physically and financially. Alberto dropped boxing, dropped out of school, and started learning his lessons from the street. It was an unfortunate turning point for him. He was so good, he could have turned pro as a teen like Wilfred.